Have you ever opened your inbox, scrolled through a dozen, checking in or just touching base emails and felt absolutely nothing? Not anger, not excitement, just a deep, soul-crushing sense of boredom? If your marketing feels like a wet paper towel, you might be haunted by a ghost from 1924. His name is Caspar Milquetoast. While the term is often misspelled as milk toast, the origin of this word is far more interesting than a soggy breakfast. Understanding who Caspar was and why he is currently sabotaging your AI-generated emails is the first step toward reclaiming your brand's voice. We're going to dive into the history of this timid soul, why AI naturally defaults to his personality, and how you can stop your marketing from fading into the background. The legend of Caspar Milquetoast, the man who apologized to walls. In 1924, a cartoonist named H.T. Webster introduced the world to a character in the comic strip The Timid Soul. This character was Caspar Milquetoast. Caspar was the ultimate soft man. He was the kind of person who would apologize to a lamppost for walking into it. He lived in constant fear of offending anyone, breaking a minor rule, or drawing any attention to his own presence. In one famous strip, Caspar is seen waiting at a stop sign for hours because the sign didn't change to go, it just stayed blank. He was too afraid to move without explicit permission. In another, he gets stuck in a revolving door because he doesn't want to push too hard against the person in front of him. The character was such a cultural hit that his name entered the English language as a common noun. A Milquetoast is defined as someone who is feeble, timid, or submissively unassertive. In the world of 1920s comedy, Caspar was a hilarious figure. He represented the anxieties of a changing world. However, in the world of modern email marketing, he is a disaster. When we talk about milquetoast emails today, we are referring to copy that is so afraid of being perceived as salesy, pushy, or offensive that it ends up being completely invisible. If your email doesn't have a heartbeat, it's probably because Caspar Milquetoast wrote it. Identifying Milquetoast marketing in the wild. How do you know if Caspar has taken over your marketing department? You don't need a detective to find him, you just need to look for the absence of energy. Milquetoast marketing is defined by its lack of a point. It exists, but it doesn't do anything. Look for these 3 specific symptoms in your outreach. 1. The passive voice trap. Instead of saying, "Our software saves you 10 hours a week," a Milquetoast email says, "It is hoped that some time might be saved by using this tool." The passive voice is the official language of the timid. It removes the actor from the action. Data from HubSpot shows that personalized, direct, active emails can see a 20% increase in sales opportunities compared to passive, generic templates. When you use the passive voice, you aren't promising a result. You are merely suggesting that a result might happen to occur at some point in the future. The hedging habit. Do your emails use words like perhaps, possibly, maybe, or if you have a moment? These words are verbal apologetic shrugs. They signal to the reader that your message isn't actually important. If you don't believe your message is worth their time, why should they? Caspar Milquetoast would never dream of telling a prospect, "You need this." He would say, "You might want to consider looking at this if it isn't too much trouble." Number 3, the hidden ask or the non-existent CTA. A timid emailer is too shy to ask for the sale. They end an email with, "Let me know if you ever want to chat," instead of a clear, direct call to action. This is the marketing equivalent of standing at the door of a party and waiting for someone to notice you, rather than walking in and introducing yourself. Action words are the drivers to a click. According to Musand, emails that focus on action verbs in the CTA, e.g., get, claim, start, see an average click-through rate, CTR, of 4.01%, whereas passive or descriptive CTAs, e.g., information is available here, often fall below the 2.3% mark. The impact. This represents a nearly 74% difference in click performance simply by switching from a passive description to an active command. The cost of being timid is high. According to research from OptinMonster, the average business professional receives about 121 emails every single day. If your email is as shy as Caspar, it will be deleted before the first sentence is finished. Data shows that you have roughly 10 seconds to grab someone's attention. You cannot afford to spend those seconds being polite and vague. If you want to recoup the ROI of email marketing, you need to think outside the box. Why AI loves to be a Milquetoast, the training trap. Here is the irony of the modern age. Many of us are using cutting-edge, trillion-parameter AI models to write our marketing, yet the AI keeps giving us Caspar Milquetoast. Why does a machine capable of solving complex math problems struggle to write a punchy email? AI models by design are trained to be helpful, harmless, and honest. This is beneficial for safety, but detrimental to creativity. By default, AI aims for a middle-of-the-road tone. It is programmed to avoid giving offense and to be as agreeable as possible. Essentially, AI is timid in its opinion. Furthermore, AI pulls from a massive dataset of existing business writing. Unfortunately, the majority of business writing over the last 20 years has been, well, milquetoast. AI analyzes millions of emails that start with, "I hope this email finds you well," and concludes that this is the correct way to greet someone. It echoes the blandness it was fed. If you ask an AI to write a sales email, it will likely give you the bland and unoffensive emails of yesterday and avoid anything that can be construed as being too persuasive or manipulative. It will use cliches like, "in today's fast-paced world," or "leveraging synergies," or whatever the B2B buzzword of the day is. To get a result that actually converts, you need to leave Caspar at the door explicitly. The psychology of the inbox, why nice is failing you. We often think that being polite is the safest way to get a response. We don't want to bother people. But in the world of email marketing, nice is often a synonym for boring. Think about your own behavior. When you see an email from a stranger that starts with a lengthy, rambling apology for taking up your time, do you feel respected? Or do you feel like your time is being wasted? Most people feel the latter. Directness is a form of respect. When you get straight to the point, you are telling the reader, "I know you are busy and I won't waste your time." This isn't being rude, it's being professional. Caspar Milquetoast thinks he is being polite by rambling, but he is actually being an anchor on the reader's productivity. Application: how to evict Caspar from your prompts. To improve your email marketing results and overall ROI, you need to adjust your approach to interacting with your AI tools. You have to give it anti-Milquetoast instructions. You can't just ask for an email. You have to ask for a bold marketing email that maps our value onto the user. Here are tangible ways to de-Milquetoast your AI prompts. The 70-word maximum challenge. One of the most effective ways to kill the spirit of Caspar Milquetoast is to impose a strict word count. Tell the AI, the total length of your writing must be 70 words maximum. Why does this work? Because it forces the AI to cut the fluff. You cannot hope this email finds them well and explain your entire company history in 70 words. You have to identify a pain point, offer a solution, provide a call to action. Brevity is the enemy of the timid. The no hedging rule explicitly tell the AI, do not use hedging language. Avoid words like perhaps, possibly, might, or may. Use active verbs and direct statements. Milquetoast version, we might be able to help you reduce costs. Bold, we reduce your overhead by 15%. Sit back and wait for the replies. Pain, solution, result. Instruct the AI to follow this specific framework. Pain, you are losing 20% of your leads to slow follow-up. Solution, HubSpot automates your lead tracking instantly. Result, you close more deals with less manual work. This shifts the focus away from the company and onto the client, highlighting how you specifically have the tool to solve it. The ROI of being bold, data doesn't lie. Does being direct actually work, or is it just a stylistic preference? The numbers suggest that boldness is a financial necessity. Anything less is just a waste of time. According to research by Epsilon, 80% of consumers are more likely to make a purchase from a brand that provides personalized, direct experiences. Furthermore, Statista reports that the number of global emails sent per day is expected to reach 392 billion by 2026. In a world of 392 billion emails, good enough will be the same as failed. When you stop being a Caspar with timid email outreach, your open rates and click-through rates, CTR, tend to climb because you are finally offering something of value instead of just making noise. Tangible examples: the transformation. Let's examine a before and after to see how removing the Milquetoast factor alters the energy of a message. Before, the Caspar approach. Dear Sarah, I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday. My name is John, and I work for a company that does CRM software. I was wondering if you might have a few minutes later this week to perhaps jump on a call. We have some interesting features that I think you might possibly find useful for your team. Let me know if that sounds okay. Why it fails. It's 62 words of nothing. It's polite, but it's empty. It asks for Sarah's time without offering anything in return. After the anti-Milquetoast approach. Sarah, most teams lose 30% of their lead data because their CRM is too clunky to use. HubSpot fixes this by automating data entry, saving your reps 5 hours a week. I've attached a case study showing how we did this for Peditor. Do you have 10 minutes Thursday to see how we can do the same for you? Why it works. It's shorter, identifies a specific pain, lost data, offers a solution, automation, and gives a result 5 hours saved. It is direct and professional, creating an anti-Milquetoast marketing strategy. Evicting Caspar shouldn't stop at your emails. This mindset needs to permeate your entire marketing strategy. 1. High-impact subject lines. Consider this. 47% of people open an email based on the subject line alone. If your subject line is monthly update or introduction, Caspar wrote it. A bold subject line asks a question or promises a result. Stop losing leads will consistently outperform checking in. 2. Focus on reading ease. One of the secrets to kick-ass copy is simplicity. High-performing marketing is easy to read. You should aim for a flesh reading ease score of 70 or higher. This means using shorter sentences and simple, powerful words. You don't need marketing prowess when marketing skill works better. You don't need to discuss your corporate ethos when you can just talk about your values. 3. Use social proof instead of adjectives. Caspar Milquetoast loves adjectives like innovative, world-class, and industry-leading. These are fluff words. Instead of telling someone you are world-class, show them a statistic. We helped 500 companies increase revenue by 20% is much more powerful than saying we are a leading provider of revenue solutions. Stand out or fade out. Caspar Milquetoast was an excellent character for a 1920s comic strip, but he has no place in your 2026 marketing strategy. To succeed in email marketing today, you must be direct, data-driven, and engaging. The digital landscape is too crowded for polite silence. You have to be willing to stand for something. You have to be willing to tell a prospect exactly how you can solve their problem. You have to be willing to cut the fluff and get to the point. Stop sending milquetoast emails that apologize for their own existence. Start sending messages that provide clear, tangible value. Your readers will thank you for it, and your ROI will reflect the change. At Aspiration Marketing, we specialize in helping brands find their authentic voice. We don't just send emails. We build strategies that focus on measurable results and high-impact communication. We help you move beyond the timid defaults of AI and create copy that actually drives results. If you are tired of your marketing being ignored, it's time to stop relying on Caspar and start leading your industry. The era of the milquetoast email is over. Are you ready to write what comes next?